Game started.
Okay, Rowland. Well, I've been playing a lot of e4, so let's switch it up. I'll play d4. Still trying to get that bishop's opening, but not so easy. People have been playing moves other than other than e5 in response to e4. Okay, Rowland, your turn. Hard to say a lot about this position. Black has a lot of responses. d5, knight f6, e6, d6, c6, e6. Okay, so this offers to go into the French defense. I guess we can play that. Or something else. Okay, so he's attacking my pawn. This is like Alechin's defense, where instead of playing d6, he's played e6. I guess that's okay. I don't know if he's castling kingside or queenside. I've got to prepare this idea of attacking on the king side if, in case that's where he wants to go. If he wants to play in the center, I may have to retreat this bishop to c2 at some point, but this doesn't look like a bad move. Just get ready. Okay, so he did decide to go with c5. Undermining here. This is still defended, so I can play d5. He takes, I take, knight takes. And then do I have any tricky move with the bishop? There's no checks. Okay, so I will develop a knight. He can take, and I take back with a knight, and then my e-pawn is perhaps a bit exposed, but it's exerting an influence on his camp. Keeps his pieces there. So he decides to dissolve it, which is probably a good idea. Should I take? He has to take with the queen. Just don't have any great tactics here, do I? If I play knight to b5, I should take first and then maybe play knight b5, hitting the queen. And the queen has to go back to defend the c2 square. Because c7, knight c7 is check, forking the king and the rook. So he needs to stay in touch with that. So queen to d2, d1, or sorry, d7, d8, or c6. Okay, so he went all the way back to d8. Okay, so let's get my queen off of that file and see where he wants to put his pieces. He still hasn't really developed much. Well, that's true. He can kick my knight around. And maybe I should have played bishop to f4. That would have been more to the point. Bishop f4, so when it kicks my knight, I would have knight c7. Okay. But I have to play back here. And then the knight can come back into the game via c2, so it's not too awful. In fact, I should play there now because I don't want his knight hopping into d4 there or b4. Okay, so I'm going to develop my bishop and put a rook on the d file. And he's setting up for an attack along this diagonal. Not a bad plan. Maybe bishop here. Looks at the b pawn, which is currently defended by the queen, but that may not always be the case. It also helps protect the d4 square, so the knight really is not coming here. Before, he could have come there and provoked a trade. Now he goes there. So rook to d1, knight takes, rook takes. Seems okay to me. And I don't really have any great way of saving that bishop anyway, so. Now he has to move his queen and stay in touch with the b pawn. I can double on the d file. Doesn't that look good? This knight is hanging. I mean, this pawn is hanging. But if I double on the d file, he can't take it because rook to d8 would be checkmate. So this pawn is immune from capture. Oh, it's not checkmate. I take that back. It is check. It would still win the queen, so I don't have to worry about it too much. So he wants to capture all my bishops. Let's see. I want to keep this bishop, I think. Could just drop back here for now. So still, queen to c4. Queen takes c4, rook to d8, check. Okay, let's defend that. I don't want to have to rely on that tactic all the time. And he's going to castle. So after castling, don't I have rook here? Rook to d7. Where's the queen move? Queen goes to c6, threatening mate. Knight to e4, maybe. Knight e4, queen c6 still. These are annoying threats that he's set up here. Can I get to c4? A knight move. Knight to b4 or d4 would control the c6 square. So let's play knight d4. That would at least provoke a trade. He wants to maintain this threat. Now let's see if he goes queen c6. No, he just comes out with the bishop. Still rook to rook d7, queen c6. And how do I defend the mate threat? So maybe rook here. Okay, defends g2, so queen c6 is not a threat. And maybe I get something going on the king side. Bishop to h6 is an idea. Knight to e4 again. It's possible, maybe. Okay, he's challenging my rook. Let's exchange. If he takes, if I let him take, it pulls one of my pieces back, and I don't want to allow that right now. Now he can bring his rook to the d file, yeah. Okay, bishop to e3. Bishop takes, queen takes is one possibility. Bishop to h6, he plays g6, and then I come back here and exchange bishops. Maybe that's something. I just don't like the pin on that f-pawn. That's a pretty annoying pin. And well, with these weaknesses on the dark squares, I trade off his dark squared bishop, or the bishop retreats. One or the other. So if I go back, he can play f4 and fork the bishop and the rook. And I don't have any convenient checks, do I? This pawn goes with check. Let's see. Bishop takes bishop. Pawn takes rook. Queen takes here, check. And if the king goes in the corner, bishop here, oh, the rook is guarding that square. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, what else can I do with that rook? Can I go here? Most places where it goes, it gets chased somewhere. Let's go here. At least I have the option of playing f6 now. If he plays queen c6, I can play f3 rather to block the attack. Instead, he's just harassing my rook and defending his d-pawn. That's not bad. So let's drop back. Okay, now he takes. So I can take with the rook here. Hit the backwards the backwards e-pawn here. The pawn on e6 is a target. You can defend with the bishop or the rook. Or the king. I didn't think of that one. Okay, I want to give my king a little space on the back rank. If I play all the way to h4, he can just take it. So I'll do that. Now let's see. If I could maneuver my knight to this square. Knight here to here, for example. So knight to knight to d5. Bishop takes. Pawn takes, rook takes, and I've just lost a pawn, so that's no good. Okay, he unpins. Knight here, threatening the b-pawn again. Queen here, check, an exchange. Rook here, check, king here. Yeah, I don't see anything better though. Let's and I want to activate that knight. I want it to be purely defensive. So he can exchange out into a rook and bishop versus rook and knight endgame. And I'll have the majority of pawns over here on the queen side, and we'll see if I can do anything with that. You can also invade just to invade to d2 with his queen. Takes, takes. Okay, he decided to trade first. Now, knight here hitting the queen is not all that helpful, is it? Yeah, the problem with the knight on c3 is it didn't have any squares to go to. The light squares are controlled by the pawns and his bishop. So here would be nice, but then where does it go from there? Once again, it's stuck. So from b2, it can at least go to... if I play knight b2, then he has queen d2, takes, takes, and the rook is on d2, hitting the knight. So it has to go back to c3. That's kind of sad. Try and figure out some other maneuver. Maybe
server announcement.
I need to get my king off the back rank. I can't even play knight to b1. Okay, now he's threatening the mate, and he's threatening the knight. The knight's defended by the rook. Okay, so momentarily saved by the bell here. Yeah, now he can do that. And now the knight has a stable square at least. Queen where? Maybe here. I guess I have to occupy the dark squares.
Check.
Yeah. That could have interposed my rook, huh? If he exchanges and goes after my a pawn, I have rook to knight. I have knight to c5, attacking his bishop and this pawn. I can drop the bishop back to defend. And maybe knight here hitting the b pawn. So I may be able to escape this without losing material, but he seems to be playing this pretty well. Oops. Oops, I missed that. Okay. Oh, that just wins, I think. Let's see. Is there any queen move here? That I need a queen move that attacks a rook or something, or at least a bishop. or queen moves with check. Let's see. Queen here, here. Nowhere. Rook takes somewhere. He takes my queen with check. That's the problem. Okay, I'm resigning. And I will upload this and do a postmortem.
Resigns.
See you guys later. Bye.